Things have made me queasy. A pillow stuffed with grey human hair. Often uneasy. Invariably, there is something that surprises or shocks me. Commercial considerations aside, whatever I find, I do not blab about, recognizing that the dead are vulnerable. The church organist, tying a pale blue bow carefully around her raunchy love letters, does not expect the ribbon to be loosened by my rapacious fingers. But I have taken no vow, and there are exceptions. This manuscript is one of them. Anstruther's Georgian manse was large and, unfortunately for me, as I had to expend my vital energies in it, as cold as the grave. Entering the icy hallway by torchlight on my first visit, I inadvertently brushed against an array of swords, naval and military, which hung from the wall, jangling them together and my nerves with them. As I tried to still the blades, I saw, framed beside them, what looked to me like an old torn dish-rag, hardly visible through the condensation on its glass. Luckily, the little ivory plate on the mount stated, "Banner of Sir David Anstruther." A family relic? The home of yet another ancestor worshipper, I deduced, unsurprised. You see, I do not need to advertise. Work comes to me almost exclusively from the plum-mouthed mafia, as I have almost affectionately christened them, a network of families stretching from Berwickshire to Caithness, all eschewing the local accent, invariably related to one another, and quite capable of pouring out a mug of builder's tea for me while sipping their own smoky lapsang from transparent porcelain. In their turn, a cartel of Edinburgh W.S. firms drafts their wills, conveyances, and trust deeds when not otherwise engaged in fighting like rats in a bag to snatch custom from one another. Fortunately, I am known to be reliable, trustworthy, and so importantly, cheap by all the denizens of the bag. Unable to locate the power switch, I continued by torchlight. With its sole inhabitant dead, the rooms I wandered through, though still furnished, seemed to echo with my footsteps. The same old faded chintzes that hung off the windows peeked out from below the sheets covering the battered, oversized armchairs and sofas. A masculine scent, peaty whisky, mixed with mothballs, hung in the still, stale air. It was a man's house, with not a cushion or valance in sight, and I later discovered this particular man cut his meat with a yellowing, bone-handled knife, sported university silk ties, and used on a daily basis a badger hair shaving brush. When he entertained, depictions in oil of Sir Hamish Anstruther and his wife by Watson, Gordon, and Partridge respectively looked down on the guests in his dining room as they chased their Stilton crumbs around their plates. It did not take me long to realize that nothing in the place was new, comfortable, or luxurious. The extreme austerity of Anstruther's lifestyle reached its zenith in his upstairs bathroom, a room larger than my bedroom. A cast-iron bath, with a loofah on the rack, stood opposite a mahogany-seated lavatory. The place had no heating of any sort, no shower, and grey linoleum, part perished, covered the floor. A bar of pink carbolic sat in its saucer on the top of the cistern, one corner criss-crossed with tiny murine toothmarks. Despite seeing that ice had formed in the pan, I had to plump myself down on the mahogany tout suite, IBS, if you must know, and imagine my horror when, flitting the torch beam about idly, I came upon a roll of hard Eisel lavatory paper. The men who used that stuff might have turned the globe pink and kept it pink, but personally, I believe their loyalty was misplaced. Who sells it nowadays? My allegiance has always been to the Andrex puppy. A tour of the kitchen only reinforced my baleful impression of personal asceticism. A flagged floor, wooden Edwardian cupboards instead of units, and pans made